With the World Cup just days away, 20 teams will be battling it out to lift this year's trophy. We're down at Gilbert HQ to find out a bit more information about the star of the show, the official match ball for the World Cup, and the story behind Sirius. Hi guys, so we're down at Gilbert HQ today. We're joined by Ian Savage and Paul Grayson to talk about this year's World Cup ball. We're going to talk about the balls and how they've evolved from 1995. So we'll get started then. So how have the balls evolved? We'll start with the 1995 ball then, Ian. Where did the inspiration for the 1995 ball come from then?
Yeah, so for 95 we're using the Barbarian ball, and that was our standard match ball at the time. One of the first opportunities we had to bid for a World Cup, and had our iconic ellipses on it, and the first time that we'd taken tournament colours and added them to the ball. So to have the green and the blue of the World Cup logo feature on our ellipses was really kind of how the first iconic Gilbert World Cup ball came around. If you kind of move to where we are now with the Sirius, you know, we've got the tournament look and feel. Elements of that are onto the ball and have been since the 2007 World Cup in France. So visually, they obviously look, you know, much different product.
So Paul, what makes a good ball then?
Well, playability really. Every team, every squad, every 4 years is looking to improve everything from the kit that they use to the food that they eat, the training that they do to try and find an edge, and the ball has to keep pace with that.
So what's with the red at the end of the ball? I didn't realise the significance of that until I started looking into it. So that's so you can visually see it, is that correct?
Yeah, so two things really. Initially, yeah, it's a visual reference point. So whilst it's on the field of play, whether it's rotating in this direction, it gives you a nice dark colour or a contrasting colour to the predominantly white area of the ball. And also if it's spinning in this rotation, it gives you an area of colour so that you can see the ball as it rotates. You can gauge how fast it's spinning, and that helps you judge where it might land. And then really the biggest kind of link in with the tournament look and feel is that it's the first Rugby World Cup where actually the World Cup logo features, you know, the three designs of the World Rugby. Before that, it was a lot more of the sort of herringbone style with Rugby World Cup to the side. So the fact that Mount Fuji's on there with the rising sun, obviously Japan landed the rising sun, and having the design come together, the fractal pattern with an element that looks like the sun as it spins, ends up being a nice circular shape. So it ties in nicely with the look and feel of the final.
And let me get this right, you test every single ball, well, Paul, you test every single ball before it goes out there?
Yeah, 100%. You blind test, you trial different balls and ultimately come up with the, Ian comes up with the route that you want to go down today.
So if you see a ball boy in Japan, then you should be asking for the ball because they shouldn't have to take it back afterwards. You can ask for it, is that right?
Well, there's probably a long queue of people with their eyes on these.
So then guys, we're now joined by Gary Edmonds from Gilbert, who's going to talk to us a little bit more about the ball and specifically about the name and how we got to the name Sirius for the World Cup match ball. So what does Sirius actually mean, and what's the meaning of it?
So Sirius is a star system. It's the brightest star in the sky. It's a binary star, which means it's got two stars, one larger, one smaller, which perfectly links to the star-shaped pimples that are on the ball. One being higher, one being, you know, one bigger, one smaller, one higher, one lower. Yeah, it's the 7th closest star to Earth.
Yep.
Sirius being Gilbert's 7th consecutive Rugby World Cup. Further on the Sirius name, it's as being the brightest star in the sky, it's visible from the northern and southern hemispheres, and it's used to, or it was used to circumnavigate the globe, I believe. So obviously, north and southern hemisphere, the coming together of both hemispheres at the Rugby World Cup. That's where another sort of angle with the Sirius ball that we've used to sell that story with, you know, Rugby World Cup.
So it's got many different meanings, this ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's more than just a ball, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, and in the past, you know, the namings have had their own meanings, but I really feel that this particular naming is just, by luck or by judgment, it's turned out pretty well for us. I think, yeah, pretty happy with it.
Thanks for joining us down at Gilbert HQ today. And yes, we have a giveaway straight off the production line. Gilbert have given us this ball to give away. So to win this, what you need to do is like this video, tag 2 friends below, and make sure you're following Gilbert as well.